Hello everyone, today I am here with a book tag that I made up. As the title says, it's the college and books tag. There's two that I saw that were similar, but mine is a little bit different. I already had the questions lined up when I was watching the other ones, so. Here is the college and books tag, because as you know, I am in college. I talk about it all the time. Without further ado, let's get on to the questions, which I have on my phone. The first question is, accepted. Which book were/are you most excited for the release of? And for me, I chose Allegiant by Veronica Roth because I remember when I was getting ready for this to be released, it was on my calendar, I was so excited. I pre-ordered it. This was the first book that I pre-ordered, I think. And still haven't read it yet because I was spoiled and now I feel like I don't want to. Also, I haven't read Insurgent. I really need to get on that, but this was one that I was very excited for. Next, we have Move-In Day. So, for Move-In Day, you can only bring 3 books with you to school. Which ones are you going to choose? I chose Carry On by Rainbow Rowell, which is actually at school right now, so funny how that works. Then I chose The Spectacular Now by Tim Tharp. I'm so bad at saying his name, but love this book. I really want to reread it. I have the movie at school with me. And I chose The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath because this is what I'm currently reading and need to bring it to school with me when I go back. Question number 3 is Meet Your Roommate. Which fictional character would you love to live with? I chose Kath from Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. Rowell? I chose Kath because she's in college, and she seems like the perfect roommate for me because, we would fangirl together and, talk about, what's going on, and we're both interested in writing, even though, she's interested in a different kind of writing, but, I think we'd get along pretty well, so. Although I'd be jealous of her boyfriend, so maybe we wouldn't get along that well, but we'd work it out. Number 4 is a Gen Ed. What book do you think that everyone should have to read? And here's my best friend again, Blueettes by Maggie Nelson. I love this book. If you've been watching me, you probably know that. It's so short. It's, so easy to read. It's beautiful and poetic and, it's about heartbreak and the color blue, and it's just read this book. Just read it. It's beautiful. You won't regret it. I love this book. Next, Syllabus Week. A light book that you flew through. So for that, I'm going to go with, cheating a little bit, Amulet, Volume 1 by Kazu Kibushi. Yes. And this one's a graphic novel. It's lovely. That made it easy to fly through, but it's also it's so cute and light and, need to finish the series right now, but the next book is at school right now, so maybe I'll do that. But yeah, so, Amulet. Office Hours. An author that you would love to meet in person. So for that one, I chose Kira Cass, who wrote the Selection series, because I follow her on Tumblr, and she seems really cool, and I really like this series, so I think it would be fun to meet her. I also think that we have, a similar writing style. When I was reading her books, I was like, yeah, I think that I could write like this, so that was kind of nice. I don't feel as intimidated by her, because I feel like our styles are similar, but anyway. Frat Party, a book that you regret buying, and for mine, I picked Graceling, not because I don't like this book, but because I won't read it right now. Look at this. Look at this. It's I opened up the first page and I think that there's snot on it. Yeah, what is this? Can you see it? Do you see the spot? Yeah, that. I think that's snot. So, first page, I opened it up and I'm like, well, that's gross. So I regret buying this because I thought that Amazon's used good books would actually be in good condition, and this is not. Next. Choosing a major. If you had to choose one fandom, what would it be? And I will forever pick my first fandom, which you might think is Harry Potter, but I'm fake, so it's The Hunger Games. This is my first, favorite series. I read Harry Potter before it, mostly. I didn't finish it until 9th grade, but, well, save your hate. So, The Hunger Games was the first series that I, fell in love with. I started reading fanfiction of it, on Figment.com, and, just love this series so much. It's also one of the first series that I've reread. I have them on Kindle edition and in hardcovers, except for Mockingjay, because I haven't bought that one in hardcover yet, but yeah, I love these books so much. They opened up my mind to what's out there. So, ooh, I dropped it. Next, spring break. A fictional place that you would like to visit. Probably somewhere warm right now because we have knee-deep snow right now and it's spring break and I hate everything. Yay. So for that I chose Camp Half-Blood from the Percy Jackson series. I don't actually have the first series in physical books, but I have the second ones, which I haven't read yet. But yeah, so Camp Half-Blood I would love to visit because I love camp and I like superpowers, so yeah. And the final question is about finals week. So, a book that you are dreading, either because of length, because of it's the end of a series, or any other reason that you don't want to read it, but you know you're going to have to eventually. So for that, I have two actually, because I couldn't choose. So the first one is A Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. This one speaks for itself. It's huge, and the print is tiny, but I have to read it because I love the TV show, and I know that the books are probably great, and I've read bigger books in my lifetime, so it's not that big of a deal, but I'm very scared. Not to mention the fact that I know everybody that I love is going to die, so that kind of makes it a little bit harder too. But the other one that I chose is The Infinite Sea by Rick Yancey, and the reason that I haven't read this yet is because I'm dreading that it's going to not live up to my expectations, because I loved The Fifth Wave so much, and I've heard mixed reviews about this one, so I've just not read it yet, because I'm dumb. I'm afraid to read this one, so I haven't yet, but I'm going to, at some point. So yeah, that was my version of the college and books tag. Is that what I called it? Book and college tag. I am going to tag some people now. I'm going to tag Vanessa from Fairly Odd Vanessa, I think that's her name. I'm going to tag Cassie from Gnome Novels, hello, and I'm going to tag Whitney from Witty Novels. Hopefully she'll do this because my channel's tiny and hers is not. Oh, and also I tag any of you who want to do it because it's new and I'm new and I don't know what I'm doing, so do the tag. And I'm also going to link the similar tags below, just because you might be interested in those if you're interested in this one. College and book tag. This has been a time. I'm leaving. I have to go to work. Bye!